He not even on radio right now, and I'm still saying he is the king. And if he ever come back to radio, you jocks out there better beware, because he's coming to give you the business. We're back to Coastal Spotlight, another special episode, because every time someone come to cave, it's special. So we're gonna call this the special interview, because why? It's a special guy to hear tonight. And let me tell you why he's special. I've been knowing this guy probably over 30 years now. Gotta be something like that. Probably over 30 or even a little longer. I just, want to give you a dominant number, but I know it's been at least 25 to 30 years. And he is a DJ. So viewers, with no further ado, I'm going to let this gentleman introduce himself. Let him know who you are.
Well, some people call me Mixx Maestro. Some people call me Mixx Meezy off the Heezy for Sheezy, baby. What's up, man?
Hey, Mixx Meezy off the Heezy for Cheesy, baby. Yes, indeed. This is a legendary DJ. Legendary DJ.
That makes me sound old, man.
And he is definitely a guy that I've been on a lot of shows and stages with. And this guy is a DJ. A lot of people say, well, MD, why you keep stressing the word DJ? Well, let me tell you why. See, I'm back from, them early 80s. Them early 80s when you had to know how to DJ. So this guy really know how to DJ. This is not a button pusher, what they call a jukebox DJ. This is a real live, on the spot, actual DJ. And Mixx Maestro, tell the people what I mean. Express it a little more about the word DJ.
Well, I think the word DJ has been it's been taken out of context, let's just say. Right now, I think the current state of the word DJ means how many followers you got on social media, and less about skills. The school I came from, you had to be good, and if you were good, that became your social media. Now, you just have to have a lot of friends and a lot of followers, and some reason another club owners thinks that is the best DJ because of social media, which is crazy to me, but okay.
Wow. Did y'all hear that? The analogy he just gave, I couldn't have said it any better, but I'm going to elaborate on it. The DJs now, no offense to no one, you don't have to have a lot of skills, like Mixx Maestro said. You got to have a lot of followers. Followers in the like button, in the heart button on Instagram, or get you a job, because they feel like you're going to bring people to their club because of that. So that's what he's saying. That is crazy.
The times has changed, man.
Yeah.
It's getting ready to be 2020, and I started in 19 that long ago. So, the times has changed. So, some people might say that, the way I look at things and view things is old fashioned, and some people might look at the way I view things and say that's the real, that's the authentic. So, I won't get into a debate, but I just will say that the definition of the word DJ is not the same meaning from once I started.
I definitely agree. And I was there when he started, and like he said, you definitely, when you showed up and you got in front of people and you claimed the title DJ, they was definitely looking for skills. They
Absolutely.
was looking for it. Yes, indeed. So, I want to congratulate you that you took the time out to learn how to DJ.
Right.
Who was some of your people back in our day that influenced you? You just woke up one day, you say, you know what? I'm about to DJ. I'm going to learn how to DJ.
No, it wasn't quite like that. So a quick story. So how I got into DJing, I went to a Bayou Classic Battle of the Bands, And I had never really seen DJing before because I was a kid and I never went to any dances or anything at this time. I knew what a DJ was, but I never saw one perform. So I got a chance to see a battle of the DJs, some of the best DJs that was, I'm assuming, from New Orleans. And I just watched how they would play records and people were screaming as if they was performing on stage. Whoa. And I told my mama, that's what I want for Christmas right there. Whatever that stuff is that they using, that's what I want. So I went on a 30-day campaign between Thanksgiving and Christmas to try to convince my mama that she need to go out and spend, $700, $800, $900 on some DJ equipment. So that's really what the influence was. I saw a ballad of DJs at a Bayou Classic Ballad of Bands, and that gave me the bug.
Mixx Maestro told me this story, and I want to say this, Mixx Maestro. A lot of people don't know. Okay, I like this. This getting real good now, listeners. Y'all check this out. This guy went to the Battle of the Bands for a whole nother reason. Why? Because Mixx Maestro was a drummer in the band. So he went to let me tell you, he blessed a family member of his. It got to the Bayou Classic and got blessed because it started something that he's still doing to this day.
Well, I can't say that drumming is my first love. DJ is my first love, but I was a very good high school drummer, I must say. And I did go because one of my cousins, let's just say, made the Southern University Human Jukebox Band on the drum line. And that's who actually taught me how to play drums. And I was going there for the support. It was his first Bayou Classic. It was my first Bayou Classic. And when I walked away, I forgot why I really went to the Bayou Classic. I had a whole nother vision from that point forward that I think I want to try this whatever this DJ thing is. I want to take a shot at that.
Wow, that is incredible. That's an incredible story. So you said you went on a 30-day debate to try to get that DJ equipment, and you accomplished that debate. Did you win that debate?
I did. I grew up an only child, and my birthday is like 45 days after Christmas or so. So my attention span was just always short. I would get something and play with it for a couple of weeks, and then I'd be like, okay, what's next, Ma? What's next? So I knew that this was it was expensive, and I understood why my mama had apprehensions about wanting to spend that kind of money. I understood that, but I had 30 days, and she never gave me a direct answer like, yeah, you gonna get it. She beat around the bush with the, I don't know, but how you are. And she was telling the truth about that. So I asked the next best question was, so can I get it for my birthday then? And she got it for me for Christmas, and then, changed my life. That's been, I think I've been, about 34 years I've been DJing.
Wow.
Since I was 12 years old.
Yes, indeed.
I know some of y'all out there with the math, with the calculator right now. Ooh, he old. But it's been about 34 years.
34 years of DJing, something that he loves to do, and he do it very well. And also, Mixx Maestro, 34 years, let me ask you this. Do you regret any of those 34 years of being a DJ?
Do I regret it? That's a good question. I would say no, but I sacrificed a lot for DJing. It was hell on relationships.
Right.
Took me away from my kids with, certain things.
Right.
Regret, I would say no, because at the end of the day, because I was able to do all the things that I did with DJing, it afforded my kids and people around me a better life.
Right.
So I would say regret, no, but I can't say it with a smile on my face because I had to pay a price. There was a price that I had to pay for that.
And definitely, when you pursue a career or a dream, yeah, some things do, I won't say fall by the wayside, but some things are neglected because you're on a path of trying to be the best that you can be. And at time, we only get 24 hours in a day.
Correct.
So, sometimes you might have to go for two. DJs have to leave town. They got to work on their craft. They got to prepare. Lack of sleep, I do understand. And it might be a day. It might be daughter's birthday. And guess what? You got 2 wedding receptions.
Right.
On
Right.
that birthday.
Sounds like you might have been with me on a couple of
Right.
gigs.
So, it's not like we trying to not go to that party. It's just we chose a career that we know probably the party was paid for before you went to them gigs because of your DJing.
Right.
So, yes.
Right.
Double-edged blade, what they call it, double-edged sword?
Yeah, double-edged sword.
Yeah, double-edged sword. So, all right, 34 years, ladies and gentlemen, Mixx Maestro, giving y'all a little inside view of what it is to be a DJ. Now, my next question.
Okay. You moving too much now. It sounds like you're going to pull out a good one because you over here Harlem shaking and stuff.
They want to know because you mentioned it a little bit on that last answer.
What's up?
Relationship.
Okay.
Being a DJ, have you found any woman to understand that you got to leave the house sometimes Wednesday through Saturday, sometimes Thursday through Saturday, and be in a club with a lot of girls dancing from your music? Have anybody you been with understand that?
I've had 2. I've had 3. I would say that. The current person that I'm in a relationship with now definitely understands it. And we don't need to talk about the past, but the current person that I'm in a relationship with understands that. Understands that I was doing this before I met her. Understands the commitment of what it takes to be at the level that I play at. She understands that I'm not a rookie, and she did not get involved with me on that level. So she looks at it strictly as a job. Go do your job. I see you when you get home. And I don't have to answer no questions. I don't get the whole, you smell like perfume and who been all in your face tonight. A lot of DJs I know have lost families and all kinds of stuff because their mate didn't understand exactly what it takes. But in fairness to mates, some of us, include myself, you just crossed the line. And when you cross the line, just like in real life, there's consequences and repercussions that come along with that. So in that situation, you can't just say that your mate didn't understand. Some of that stuff you bring on yourself. So,
Right.
You live and you learn. I was younger then and I was dumb, I would say. Now that I'm older, that kind of stuff doesn't really faze me anymore because it's almost like, I've been there and done that before. That's,
Right.
I'm a grandfather now.
Right.
So I'm a lot more settled than what I used to be 20 years ago.
Wow. So there's a lot of growth, ladies and gentlemen, in any profession that you choose, as you clearly heard Mixx Maestro answer that question. So you definitely have to grow. But he wasn't afraid to admit he made some moves he shouldn't have made. But he grew from that and he learned from that. And also he seemed like he's at a peace right now that it has to be just something coming from Mars to enthuse you now, right? It just you done seen it all. I mean,
yeah, you would have to do something special. You have to be a unicorn to really get me out my element now. I mean, if you just gonna do regular stuff, right. I've seen regular stuff.
Yes, indeed. Okay. DJing has opened a lot of doors for you. And one of the doors it opened for you is your radio life.
Ooh.
It opened doors for you. But it seemed like when a door opened for you, you maximize your blessing. So what was, I don't know, you probably ain't gonna remember the exact day, but being on radio, that was a DJ dream when I was coming up. If you was a DJ, no matter what city you was from, New York, LA, to DJ in the neighborhood, to the club, and your last step was to get on the radio.
Right.
And you did that.
I did.
Where was you at when you got the call, or who was you with?
I actually do remember that. Okay, so let's go back to the dream part of it. It was my dream to be on the radio, but I never wanted to be a radio personality. I wanted to be a mixer.
Right.
I just wanted to do, 5 o'clock traffic jams and weekend mix shows. Well, if anybody knows anything about radio, it's a revolving door. Some people that's here today, gone tomorrow. I just got caught up in a situation that was happening at the local radio station, and I was working at a record store, and I get a phone call. I answered the phone at the record store and was like, "Is this Mixx Maestro?" I was like, "It is." "Hold on just a second. Somebody wants to speak to you." And his voice came on and said, "Maestro, I want to give you an opportunity of your lifetime. I want to show people that sometimes enthusiasm makes up for experience. Can you come and see me today?" And I just like, is this for real? Like, are we serious right now? So after I got off work from the record store, went to the radio station. Weirdest thing, gave me a newspaper, say go into this room and record this little section and say it in 4 or 5 different voice things. So I went in there and let's just say the word was candy, and I said, candy, 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 candy. And I said, hey, I'm finished. He said, okay, give me a couple of days. Let me listen to it and I'll get back with you. And I just left out there and said, yeah, I won't be getting that job because I hated the sound of my voice, which to this day, I still don't like the sound of my voice, but I just, I won't be getting that job. And a couple of days later, I got a phone call again, said, hey, can you come down here and do some training? I think that was like on a Wednesday. And Friday came and said, I'm putting you on the air live Sunday. I was like, wait a minute now. No. Like, you're going on the air Sunday by yourself.
Whoa.
So there began my radio career. That was in 1998.
Wow, 1998. And 1998 till when? Your whole radio life.
Well, it kind of goes off and on a little bit. Altogether, I've done radio for like 18 years. 16 years at one station, took a break for about 3.5 years, and I jumped in with another radio organization, stayed with them for about 2 years. So altogether about 18 years.
18 years. The legendary DJ made his dream come true. And the dream, to fulfill the whole dream, did you get that chance to mix live on radio?
I did, not to the capacity that I really wanted to. I thought that I would be doing it more on a regular basis, but to answer your question directly, I did get a chance to fulfill that dream, but it just wasn't in the capacity that I really wanted it to. But that's politics of radio.
Yeah, politics and radio can get difficult. Things that we know probably can make their radio station better they will acknowledge it, 20 or 30%, and the rest is, they take over. But at least you got to mix on the radio because
Absolutely.
you're a DJ, and that's one of the dreams of a DJ, to mix on the radio, and he accomplished that. It seems like you've been accomplishing a lot of things in your life. You've been through a lot of diversities in your life. When people, when they hear the word DJ, they think of New York automatically because that's the godfather, the creation of DJing.
Correct.
But tell our listeners where you from, where you born, where you from.
Born and raised in Pass Christian, Mississippi. Grew up in Bay St. Louis, which is the town right next door. Have spent majority of my life, my adult life, I should say, in Gulfport. But I'm from no big city. I'm from a small town. I had humble beginnings. And as you alluded to earlier, when I had an opportunity, I kicked the door all the way in. I when I got in, I arrived, and everybody knew I arrived when I got through the door. But no, I don't have the pedigree of the New York, LA, Chicago, Miami, Atlanta. I'm from Pass Christian, Mississippi.
And I can tell you this, ladies and gentlemen, this guy definitely kicked the door all the way down, because it sounded like you was in New York when Mixx Maestro came on. He made the best of what he can do in the situation he was in. He made the best of it. He made radio sound good. We couldn't wait till this guy came on radio. And speaking of that intro you had was woo, 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 woo. Boy, I think I about to wreck one day, boy. Look, I couldn't get the knob right, because you gotta, they ain't had an automatic back when you started. You had to turn the knob to get it. And I think I went past it one number. I'm like, I'm about to miss a half a second of this intro. I'm about to die.
Well, just influences from other DJs in other markets. I'm even to this day, I'm still a student of the game, period. The game of DJing, the game of radio. I still, talk to people. I still pass ideas back and forth, and people still pass their ideas back and forth with me. And so I'm constantly learning. And that was just one of the things that I heard all the other DJs that I admired in bigger stations and bigger cities. They had personalized intro songs. So I'm like, I want me one of those too. So, I made it happen. It was catchy, and I know it was catchy because I haven't played that song probably in 20 years, and people that haven't seen me in a while, they're like, hey, MIXXMAESTRO.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, that's when something catches your ear, like a jingle from a commercial off the television. When this guy intro came on, you had to stop what you was doing. Just like when Good Times came on. When Good Times came on. When Sanford and Son came on.
Right.
You knew when Mixx Maestro came on.
Right, 7 o'clock, baby.
Yes, indeed, 7 o'clock.
King of nighttime radio. I'm going to toot my own horn. There's a lot of people that's doing nighttime radio down here now. And a lot of folks that did nighttime radio before me. But I will toot my own horn. I was the king of nighttime radio.
And you are
I
still
revolutionary
the king.
What nighttime radio should sound like on the Mississippi Gulf Coast.
Right. And I'm vouching for that. He is still the king. He's not even on radio right now, and I'm still saying he is the king. And if he ever come back to radio, you jocks out there better beware, because he's coming to give you the business. Okay, now, another thing DJs like to do. We covered a lot of stuff about DJing.
Okay.
They like to throw events and shows. They like to be DJ/promoter.
Okay.
That's another big dream of a DJ. Let the listeners know how you accomplish that as well.
Well, that's just like a I don't know if you want to say another step of DJing or another door that you can possibly open. It's just another hustle of being a DJ. Um, since I probably was 15, I've been throwing dances and parties, and I've threw concerts, I've threw after parties. I've done a lot. It's a great way to make some extra money, and it's also a great way to lose your relationship if you have to go home and tell your significant other that we ain't gonna be able to pay the rent today. And I've had moments like that. It's just like people say, I've probably missed more shots than I've made, but the ones that I've made, they were good shots. But I've definitely took L's, a whole bunch of them, quite a few of them. But I'm just the type of person that if you live to wake up to the next day, you can make the money back that you lost. So taking a loss for me is just like second nature now. It's like, okay, I lost. You shake it off, and it's like, okay, let's get at it again. Wow. And I apply that to my life in general, not just promoting parties and events and stuff. If you can live to wake up the next day, shake it off, and let's try it again.
You got great philosophies on life, business, entertainment, family. Do this come from books or just everyday life awareness? What gives you that strong philosophy on life?
Honestly, if I was to pinpoint it, I would say from my grandmother. But that spins off into being raised in church. And also I have read a lot of books, and I've definitely lived life. So it's a combination of all of that, as children and young adults. If you're old enough to have had grandparents around you, if you listen long enough, they were going to tell you something that sounded retarded to you as a child, but when you became an adult, you go, I get it now.
Wow.
So, again, like I said, I grew up with humble beginnings, so I definitely believed in the philosophy of, if you get lemons, you make lemonade out of it.
Right.
That nobody's not going to always just bring you the pitcher of lemonade, but if you really thirsty and you want something to drink, you're going to have to squeeze the lemons yourself, take the seeds out, and then you can have you a cup of lemonade. But that requires work. So a lot of the philosophies that I live by really came from my grandmother.
Big ups to Grandma. She's not here right now. She was a beautiful, beautiful lady, ladies and gentlemen. Always gave me open arms, welcomed me into her home. And one thing about it, you hungry, baby? I can just eat a buffet out.
Yeah.
She gonna greet you, and she gonna try to feed you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, indeed.
Absolutely.
I do anything for her when she was here. Now you talking about grandparents? Okay, me and you both are grandparents.
Right.
So do you give that philosophy to your grandkids now, or you wait till they get a little older?
Well, they gonna have to get a little older because I have little grandkids, so they gonna have to wait till they get a little older, and I'm sure I'm gonna say either a direct quote from my grandmother, which would be their great grandmother, or I'm just gonna say my own version of what it is. But I mean, that's what good grandparents do. You instill. So when they get old enough and situations in life present itself that I need to have a conversation, most definitely.
Well, that's what it is. We are definitely glad that Mixx Maestro came tonight right here at the Sugar Factory, ladies and gentlemen. We about to end this interview, but it was a pleasure. Anybody you want to say something to before we go?
I want to thank Coastal Spotlight for having me. I understand that this is a upstart podcast, and I wish y'all nothing but the best in the near future. And I think 2020 is going to bring some great things for y'all. And thanks to the folks here at the Hard Rock inside the Sugar Factory. Yeah, that's about it for me, man. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back. I want to thank y'all once again for tuning in to Coastal Spotlight. You made it to the end of another episode. I appreciate that. And we appreciate that here at Coastal Spotlight. And we also want to thank the Sugar Factory inside Hard Rock, Biloxi. That's right. Sugar Factory have great food and fantastic drinks. In front of me, I have two of my favorite drinks, Sour Apple Lolly, Caramel Macchiato Martini. You can only find these drinks at Sugar Factory. Thank you and good night.